with the oh so expected question and answer video. I posted a video announcing this game about 4 days ago, and now it is here. You guys asked me a little over 200 questions, and I am ready as heck to answer them. Let's get to them questions.
Dang, you're pretty. No homo, lol. Question, do you play Nier?
Nier. I've heard that before, but I have not played it. Also, if you guys hear like squeaking, my chair likes to squeak. But no, the answer is no, I don't play it.
You're very pretty, lol. Here's the question, how long does it take you to make those videos of yours?
It depends how long I want the edit to be. So for instance, if I want to do like a 6-second edit like I used to do on my Vine, it would usually just take 3 or 4 hours. If I wanted to do like a 30-second long edit, it would take me around 8 hours, so basically a day. If I wanted to do like a minute long edit, that could also take me a day, but I would have to be like non-stop working on that with no distractions. But if I want to animate in the edit, for a 6-second edit, it would probably add an hour or 2. For a 30-second one, it would add like 3 hours. If a whole minute one, that usually takes me a day or 2. Animation is really lengthy, and that's really what gets me most of the time with edits. That's why they take so long for me to do.
Did you have a moment when you wanted to stop making videos? If yes, why? Love your buttons.
I don't think I've ever actually had that feeling to stop. I always just wanted to keep going and keep making them, and every time that I made them, even if they sucked, I knew that I was learning bit by bit, and I'm thankful that I kept going, because if I didn't keep going, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be there, I did have moments when I thought that I wasn't good enough. I would put myself down and say, like, I'm not as good as this person, which was true, because, everyone learns at different paces, but I never gave up, and I'm thankful that I didn't.
Do you read the Black Butler manga? If so, who had the saddest death to you?
I don't read Black Butler. I'm not a big reader, although I do love manga and manhwas, obviously. But my sister is reading the Black Butler manga, and she said that it's freaking amazing. I don't know who dies, I don't know how they die, and I'm sorry.
Who do you like more as a character, Boom or Sungwoo? Whose character design do you like more, Sungwoo or Yoonbum? Plus girl, you looking good. LMAOO, love you.
Oh, thanks. Who do I like more as a character? I would have to say Sungwoo. Whose character design do you like more, Sungwoo, Yoonbum? I already doubled in. My double answer. I just love Sungwoo. His character is so interesting, is so broken and fixed at the same time. I love Sungwoo's character. Although Yoonbum is very interesting as well, and the situation that he's put in is very unfortunate and stuff. The reason why he was put in this situation was because of Sungwoo. He did have that stalking problem, but at the same time, he's put into a trap because of Sungwoo. So it's very interesting. That's a good question.
Do you have any favorite anime if you watch them?
Oh, girl, of course I watch anime. I love a lot of anime. It's really hard to choose a favorite, but I would probably say Tokyo Ghoul, just because I love dark animes, and not too dark but not too light, and I think that Tokyo Ghoul is perfect mixture of what I'm into.
Why is your name Nipnotes? LOL.
Oh, I get this question a lot. I bet I'm gonna hear this a few times today. I was, once upon a time, 14 years old. I had to make an Xbox Live. I had to come up with a username. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. I was hyperventilating. Basically, I just wanted to do some stupid and original username that no one on earth was going to do. Something that just described the way that my mind thinks. That does not mean I think about nips or nuts. It's just a funny word. I made it my Instagram name. I made it my YouTube name. I made it my everything name. Well, until freaking Instagram deleted my account, and now it's nip.nuts. Now that there is a period in my name on Instagram, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Maybe I'm just too OCD. It triggers me every time that I go on my profile.
How have you been feeling lately?
Well, good question. I just got through a pretty big sickness, and I've been pretty sick throughout my entire summer. When summer first started, I got this weird sty on my left eye. I didn't know why I got it, and then I got this strep throat, and I was like, ow, this hurts. And then I had like a kidney infection that was not fun, and then literally just yesterday and the day before, I had tonsillitis, and my voice was so bad. Like the day that I filmed the announcement for this Q&A, I was feeling fine, but then I was like, my throat hurts just a little bit. I'm gonna have my mom look at it. She looked at it, and she's like, whoa, yeah, this not right. We went to the doctor, doctor the next day, and they were just like, yeah, that's some sort of infection. It's not strep, gotta let it go away. Anyway, my tonsils are not inflamed anymore, thankfully, and I was really scared that I had to get them removed, but I don't. So I'm feeling pretty good right now.
For how have you been making animation videos, like not just the ones on your YouTube channel, or just animation in general?
How long have I been animating? I'm pretty sure that was the question. I actually started the general idea of animating 2 or 3 years ago when I animated this little clip from Supernatural. I drew the characters in Photoshop and I put them into After Effects to animate them, and I was gonna make this little story with my little sister, and I never finished it because my After Effects trial expired and I was without After Effects for 2 years. That's when I started animating, really, 2 years ago. Not a very, very long time have I been doing that, but it's definitely something that I want to hold on to.
What is your favorite manga?
Manga. I honestly don't read a lot of manga, but I do remember when I was a kid, there was this one manga called Princess Resurrection that I was so addicted to. I loved it. Like, I think I was 12 or maybe younger.
What inspired you to start editing?
I remember being like 11 years old. I wanted a camera so bad, a video camera. I love making memories because I don't know, I love looking back at them and being like, oh yeah, I remember that, smiling about it and knowing what you went through, and that was my inspiration, just making memories with people, creating something and putting it in the world. That is what inspires me to edit. Right now, what inspires me to keep going is, yeah, memories and putting something in the world, but it's also you guys. Without you guys, I would not be editing as much. I would just do it from time to time whenever I had time, but now I make it a priority because I know you guys love them and I appreciate it so much.
Do you have any pets?
I have a cat. My family, however, the people that I live with, we have 2 dogs and my sister has a cat. My cat is my best friend. I love him so much. His name is Noodle. He's just laying over there on my bed. He's so freaking dang flapping cute. Aw, kitty. Hi. You're so cute. You know that? He is so adorable. He just sleeps right where I sleep.
I doubt the question. How did you get your Instagram and or YouTube out there to share your content with people? Because I'm struggling with getting my fan Insta out there and getting a little discouraged. Anywho, just letting you know I love your edits. Keep up the good work. Thumbs up.
I am so glad that you asked this, honestly, because I remember being in the same situation where I was just like, I make edits. What of it? No one's gonna notice them. How do I make them known? I just kept going. I got discouraged so much watching other people's edits, wishing that I could figure out those techniques that they were doing, the transitions, the turns, the zooms. I was like, how do you do that? I just kept watching tutorials. I just kept trying to do my own thing. I just kept making things with what my brain was telling me. Oh, it should go this way. Oh, you should use this song. Oh, make this go here. Out of nowhere, I get this huge following from one of my edits, and that was Animal for the Killing Stalking edit. I was so surprised that people liked that, because while I was making that edit, I was like, why am I even doing this? Because this edit's taking so much time. It's taking me months to do this, and who is going to actually appreciate it? I made that edit in the time that Killing Stalking was so popular. People wanted to click on it. They were like, oh, I've heard about this. Let's see what it's really about. Because of that, I gained subscribers, I gained followers, people started noticing my edit, and I was like, whoa. It really, really, really shook me. All I can tell you is do not stop. You gotta keep going. And I know that for me, I was sprung because of the topic of Killing Stalking, but there's so many new things coming out. There's so many new mangas, new manhwas, new animes, new stories, new hentais, new yaois that you can edit. Never stop. You'll be glad that you didn't stop.
Question. How do you become a meme?
How do you become a meme? Become a meme. Become a meme. All you gotta do, honey, is make the ugliest face you can imagine in your brain. You may not know how it's coming out, you may not know how it's developing, but you just gotta do it. I'll give you a few examples. Adding your hand or anything can always help, because it's telling the viewer of the meme that you're obviously trying to initiate something.
What's up, y'all? So my question is, what got you into Killing Stalking fan? What do you think will happen next in KS? How will it end?
Love you too. What got me into Killing Stalking was my little sister. I was still in the Yuri on Ice and the Mystic Messenger phase that most of us was in before we went into Killing Stalking, right? And then my little sister's just like, bro, you gotta read this manga, bro. You gotta do it. It's good. And I was like, I don't like reading that much because, like, girl. I basically didn't read it first try. My mom, she was getting her nails done one day and it was taking like longer than expected because the dude had a lot of customers. So we're just there waiting and I'm just like, okay, I'm bored on my mind. Where's that manhwa? I'll read it. So I started reading it and I was like, this good.
Are you my twin or something?
Yes.
How old are you?
I am 18 years old. I'm turning 19 next month.
Favorite anime?
Already answered this one, Morgan Shirley.
Who is better, Sungwoo or Yunbum?
Sangwoo. But Yunbum's good too.
How did you discover Killing Stalking?
Already answered this one, Baby Production.
I love you. Now I can't think of questions. Favorite anime? Can you do more videos on how you make your edits? If you were put in Yunbum's situation, what would you do? Or Sunbay's, or Sungwoo's?
Beautifully written comment. I love dragons. Can you do more videos on how you make your edits? Of course I can. I'm actually planning to when I get a better PC and a better, workspace basically, because when I record on my PC and stuff, it records in very bad quality because I don't have a lot of RAM and it's just not a really good PC. If you were put in a Yunbum situation, what would you do? I don't know. I'd do whatever Sangwoo wanted. If I was Youngbei, I would just be like, oh heck, I'm not going in that house. I don't care how cop-like I am, I'm not going in there. If I was Sangwoo, I'd be like, oh boy, I better stop killing people.
How do you prefer Sungwoo or Bum? Do you like Sunbay? What do you think will happen to Sunbay? Do you think he will die? How do you think KS will end? Can you do an edit with this song? The end and it's up to Urban Broken. Do you cosplay?
Thank you. Is that asking which one I prefer? Sangwoo. Do you like Xiangbei? I do. He makes the story very intriguing. What do you think will happen to Xiangbei? Do you think he will die? I don't think Xiangbei will die, honestly. If anyone's gonna die in the story, it's either gonna be Yunbum or Sangwoo. How do you think KS will end? Sangwoo did. An edit with this song. Ooh, it's called Broken. That sounds like my type of editing song. Do you cosplay? I do. I am a very bad cosplayer because I do not have a lot of cosplay things. I hope to one day be able to afford cosplay stuff and be able to, do my favorite characters, because that's always been a dream of mine, cosplaying, but it's a lot of money to do that. But so far I've cosplayed like really cheap things with just a wig basically is what I had, and I've done Zen from Mr. Messenger, I've done Sangwoo a few times, I've done long-haired Victor. They're really, really bad, but they happened.
This has probably asked before, but I have bad memory. But how exactly get into edit?
This has already been asked, Karis Kano.
Why are you so pretty? I love you.
You are the sweetest thing.
Sangwoo X Jail or Sangwoo X Yunbum? Also, can you do a Killing Stalking cosplay? Can you do a Killing Stalking CMV or MAP?
Sangwoo and Yunbum together? Yeah, that's how it goes. I have cosplayed Sangwoo. I will show you this right here. It was pretty bad. The freaking eyebrows were horrid. It was just a hiking date thing and I didn't have a wig at the time, so I was like, oh, I can just get a baseball cap. Bam. Can you do a Killing Stalking CMV or MAP? Absolutely.
What is your name, Nipnotes?
Oh girl, already asked. Hey.
What do you think of YOI?
Yuri on Ice. I love it. That's what I think.
You speak Spanish?
Just like a little bit, even though I've taken like 3 years of Spanish, I only know a little bit, like me gusta pollo, man. Hey.
How much BL do you read?
Boy love, boy love, boy love, boy love, 1. And that is Killing Stalking. But I have read a little bit of Raising a Bat and Blood Bank, I think it was called, because my sister got me into those a little bit, but I haven't read them all the way through.
Favorite BL?
Killing Stalking.
Who would you date to Killing Stalking?
If I'm going by like sense, like logic, I would date Yunbum because he's gentle, soft, I wouldn't die. But if I go from my brain and what I want to pursue in my life, I would go for Sangwoo because challenge.
How many animes have you watched?
I've watched a chunk of anime. My sister has probably watched more than me, but a lot, man, a lot.
Favorite Killing Stalking chapter so far?
Honestly, this last one, chapter 30, was amazing. I loved it. And also the special episode was really good. It wasn't a chapter, but the summer special, I loved that.
What do you think of In a Heartbeat short film?
That was some cute stuff, man. My little sister showed it to me. Notice that Savannah is a big influence on my life. I thought it was super cute and it was very symbolistic.
When did you start animating?
Already answered this, Alex.
When did you stumble upon yaoi? LOL, just want to know, don't judge.
Of course I'm not gonna judge you, girls. We friends here. Well, Mia Moons, I stumbled upon yaoi when I was like 12 because there was this guy, his username was Chris Brightside. I was like an emo kid and I loved Chris Brightside because he like had aesthetic emo stuff on his Instagram. So he was like, hey yo, draw me some yaoi. I was like, I didn't know what yaoi was, but I was like, I figured out what it was and I drew it and I was like, here you go. And he was like, hey, yaoi. I was like, Yeah, that's how I stumbled upon it.
Do you watch anime? Which is your favorite anime? How would you feel if KS finished? Who do you like better, Sangwoo or Yunba? What other yaoi mangas do you read? Do you know BTA? How did you discover KS? What inspired you to start editing? By the way, I love your edits, love your hair color, and you're so awesome and pretty.
Thank you, Mira. Okay, I answered like most of these. How would you feel if KS finished? Well, it's gonna finish. And I know it's gonna finish sadly. So I'm preparing my feels for that. Do you know BTS? I love BTS, and I'm sure there's gonna be more questions about BTS later, so I will talk more about them later.
When will you text me back? I don't want to be that annoying person, but as of today, I was nice. It's my birthday. You're a huge inspiration to me, even have convinced me to get more into editing and surround with animation. I was hoping you could wish me happy birthday, even if it's whenever you upload the Q&A video. For your question, and I had to recently, would it be possible for you to teach those who are interested in animation and acting basis, such as what technology you need, tabs needed, and just general advice for those starting out that you may not have had when you started? Thank you. I hope that makes sense up there.
Happy birthday, Ollie. I hope that it was full of yaoi and memes and lovely things that make you smile. If yaoi and memes and lovely things make you smile. That is a really good question. I'm glad that you asked it. Of course, I would love to teach, and like I said before, when I get like a better laptop and editing stuff, I will definitely make tutorials and teach how I started, teach how I got what I got, you know, all the techniques that I do and the way I download things and everything. Thank you for that question.
What are your plans for the future? Would you still be editing or focusing on something else?
My plans for the future. I don't know. It has to do with editing. It has to do maybe with special effects makeup because I dabble in a lot of things and I love doing that. And here I'll show some pictures of my special effects makeup stuff because I, you know, do special effects makeup. Something that would sound really, really cool is if I could just keep editing, keep doing what I love, maybe do some special effects makeup for people or myself, or keep doing these YouTube videos. Everyone needs to know their worth and their importance and how much they can do in the world. And you know, I have been there where I just sit in bed, I don't do anything because I don't want to do anything. It's tough, you know, with depression and crap to even think about trying. I want to be an inspiration basically. If I can't do that, then that's all I want to do is help people.
My question is, how long have you been editing?
Thank you, Underturtle TMNT. I've been editing since I was 12 technically, because when I was 12 I made some stupid videos, I would put them on my YouTube. I had to learn the basics of editing, like transitions and cuts and effects and stuff like that. So I started when I was 12. But anime editing, like the edits that I make now with the turns and the flips and the glowing and stuff, I started that about a year ago.
Hey, how long does it usually take you to make edits? What's the process of making edits?
I answered the first part of that question already, but the process of making edits, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example of one of my Killing Stalking edits and how I do it. First, I choose a song. I just go through my playlist, honestly. There's not one genre that I don't love. And I think that that is very important, like as an editor, to just love music, because every song, geez, Chair, quit farting. Every song tells a story, whether it's funny, whether it's sad, whether it's happy, whether it's, you know, lonely. Every story has a story, obviously. Every manga, every anime. If you could connect those two, then it's like, bruh. Then I choose what part of Killing Stalking that I'm gonna use. I put it into my editing program and line it up with the music. Once I do that, I take the photos and I put them into After Effects and I animate all of them individually. After that, I take them again and put them back into Final Cut Pro, add a bunch of effects, add some transitions, add text or anything like that. And then when I'm done, I export it, I upload it to Google Drive because that doesn't lose any quality, and then I save it to my phone, put it on YouTube, do all that.
How are you just so radical, OMG?
Radical, bro. Bro, all you gotta do to be radical is
Be radical. Just do it. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-rip-a-dip.